Hey everyone, thanks for joining another video, the Rule of Seven. I'm just going to show you a couple of entries that you could have got on Friday the 28th, which was yesterday of October. I was actually I had a buy on, which it went into profit quite well, but it actually took me out break even, which was annoying. But yeah, anyway, we'll jump in. I'm not on screen today because I'm actually doing a hyperlapse video on my phone, which is right in front of me, so it's in the way. So what we go through today, you'll be able to see within, a few kind of seconds, a bit easier if you want to kind of go over it and just kind of scan your memory over it. But we'll jump into it anyway. So yeah, so let's go on the daily and just have a little look. So as you can see, we're on a clear downtrend. So you want to be kind of selling most of the time, unless you're a counter trend trader. Hopefully I'll keep getting my words out smoother than that today, but hey ho. Right, so we'll jump on the 4 hour and we will jump on big screen. Right, and this, what you're going to see today is a whole entry kind of criteria, really, a whole strategy. So hopefully some of you will take something good away from this. So we're in a downtrend. You've got a lower low, a lower high, lower low, lower high, and another lower low. And as you can see at the minute, we're actually in between this range, if you like, this lower high and lower low. So we can actually just go ahead and we'll remove the others for now because they're not important, and we'll get rid of these lines. So let's zoom in. This is obviously this is the 4 hour where you can see the trend a bit clearer, really. And what I used to do, which a lot of you probably do now, and only till recently I was missing out on trades because of this. And it might, don't get me wrong, this order block might still get tapped, but I'd be waiting for that. You could be waiting forever, and then the trade runs away from you. So for the sake of this, remove it. What you want to do is get your measurement tool from the actual swing, from the top of the swing, the lower high to the lower low. You want to draw this on, and this is the 75% mark. This is, a lot of people call this the premium, which I don't know why, because premium you normally pay more. So I call this the discount area. So we'll actually do bar replay as well, because this is up to price. This is up to price as we are now. So let's jump back on. Right, so that's, imagine that price now. Then we've not tapped into our green area, which is the go zone, as I call it. So we don't want that at 10. Let's just play price. So we've tapped in. Yeah, we've closed a candle in. So now you know that discount area has been mitigated. So this is the 4 hour low that made the break. So, and we'll actually drop we'll actually drop on this second order block as well. And then we'll drop down to the 15 minute. Remember guys, if this is too quick, then you can always, well, this video is obviously going to stay on YouTube for hopefully a very long time, and the hyperlapse version of this will be on my Instagram, which is at the Rule of Seven. So you can scan over it and just double check, kind of areas where you're looking for, or where your entry should be. Right, let's drop down. So that was the 4 hour. Let's drop down to the 15 minute. Let's go big screen again. And 2 seconds. I'll tell you what, I'll lock this so it doesn't want to go crazy and move on me. Right, so the 4 hour impulse, the uptrend, 4 hour uptrend, is actually loads of little 15 minute trends. So as you can see, the first area that pushed the break into the discount zone is this area. So we want this line to break, and this is a secondary area for an entry. So let's play price. Let's play it until it breaks. So we're just waiting purely for that break. Right. gone a little bit too far there, but right, so let's just do a candle at a time. Hopefully you're all following this. If you've got any questions or you want to see any certain videos or anything, either drop me a follow or message on Instagram, or drop me a comment on this video or any of our other videos of what you want to see or anything. But yeah, right, so we're actually whipped. And what I've done myself is I've actually I used to sell kind of this area, which is dangerous because this could be a sweep and it could then start making higher highs. But right, so let's just see what the next candle is. We want a body break. Perfect. So this is a good body candle that's broke the previous demand area. So this demand now, this demand zone has actually failed. So so now you should be looking for sells ideally. So what we want to look at here, this is the 15-minute, and what created the break? The initial. In fact, what we'll go first is obviously now you can see it's made lower highs, lower lows, lower high, a lower low, and the last lower high is there. So, and that was the initial area that failed demand. So what you then want to do is obviously you find your order block, which we've got a perfect area here to sell from. And we've also got imbalance. Those of you who see my other videos, you will know about imbalance, that area there where the wick's not even entered. So we'll move that across. This will mark up as our supply. Beautiful. And we'll actually set our set and forget, which people love that phrase. I'm not a fan of it myself, but hey ho. So you want to cover the high, obviously, because this is the protected high. So there's no point. You can cover up here if you really want, but if your analysis is correct, then you shouldn't have to. And this is a 12 pip stop loss, which is not tiny, but it's 12 pips is absolutely fine. And then kind of go to the low. I would be going for the low, which is there. So you can have an 8 trade, or in fact, you've actually got, if you see here, this wicked area. Well, let's have a look. That should be an order block on a smaller time frame. So what it could do is take these stop losses, take all the retail money under all these wicks here, and we could tap into this area. So let's just mark this area up and see. We'll have a look, because obviously we're on the 15-minute at the minute, so we'll have a look at the 1 minute and just see what this area is. Right. What we got about here? So that wick area. So, well, it's a bit wicky, but we have got this lovely kind of demand area. So you can always aim down to there. So we'll jump back on the 15-minute. I don't know why it doesn't let me do it on full screen. Not figured it out yet, but hey. Right. So, and obviously, if you manage your trade, then you're gonna come out from it with something. You're either going to be break even, or you're going to take partials, or you're going to take a full trade. So you can aim for that, which is what, 9.5 thereabouts. Get it bang on, good old OCD. Right, and then let's set it to 3. Let's just see what happens. Right, we're tapped in. Ideally, we want to make it break even. I'd be looking at getting this 15-minute low that tapped us in. I'd like that to be broke. So let's whack that across. As soon as that gets broke, then we set our trade at break even. Let's do a candle at a time because they're quite big candles. It's wicked again, so it could be a sweep. Right, we've closed with bodies past that area, so now we can make the trade risk-free. So if this does retrace before it hits our take profit, then what have we lost? Absolutely naffle. We've just lost time of entry. So there's no money at risk now. So that would be there. So let's play price on. Right, so a little bit of retracement. Let's drag this across. Let's see what happens. Right, a little bit of retracing. There we are. Just, oh yeah, just tapped us in. Just tapped our take profit and given us a 9.5. So yeah, so that's one win. So and whether obviously if you risk 1%, that would be 9.5% profit, but I wouldn't risk more than 1% personally. So this is 93, bloody hell, 9.5 R. That's a 9.5 R win for us. So we'll keep that there. And as you can see, this line, so you can forget that trade for now. We'll leave it on there just to see, kind of keep it fresh of where you entered. Then you see this area broke. So you then want to see kind of, this is the another 4 hour demand area that broke. So you can actually have a second entry here. So you can see what broke that demand. And the high that broke the demand, that's all nice price action. It's all been mitigated. I'd be looking personally at this area, and we'll see what happens. Right, it would have tapped us in. It would have tapped our sell in there. And same again, if it breaks this low, then we'll make it break even. Right, so that would have actually took us out. So that would be -1, which is absolutely fine. So unfortunately, we didn't make us break even. In fact, thinking about it, obviously this is the new 15-minute low. So yeah, in actual fact, I entered against my rules there. So yeah, that's on me. That's totally my fault. But looking at where you should have entered now, so obviously I'm -1 on that one. In fact, we won't bar replay because we've got to play it like it's 2 seconds. So say this is live. So yeah, admittedly that's a -1. Entered too early against my own rules, which happens, which everyone does sometimes. So that's a -1. Right, accept the loss, get on with it. Right. So this is your 15-minute trend now, and then you set your measurement tool up again. So the lower high, voice going there, ignore that, happens quite a lot. That's the lower high, and this is the lower low. So then you want to look in, don't stop moving there, right. In fact, we could try and enter this on the 15-minute. We'll have a look. Let's drag this, let's drag it across. Not on the 15 minutes, sorry, on the 1 minute. So that breaks. And let's get rid of that candle. Has that got rid of that one? Yep. Right, we'll then jump out and we'll have a look at the 1 minute. See if you could have got a 1 minute entry on this. Oh, let's lock it again. So I know it's getting a bit messy here. In fact, what I'll do is I will move my lost one and lock it. So now we're actually looking, we're in the green zone, we're in the go zone. And we kind of want, I know it's a bit messy, it's a bit all up and down, but the main one that sticks out is this candle here, because that is a big indecision candle. So let's swipe that across, and you want that to break before we look at an entry. Let's just see. And you want it break with a body. Right, that's broke with a broke with the body. Right. So in fact you've got that area as well, but that is a nice indecision candle. So you could look at, in fact, I'd be looking at that area and this area, but we'll set that as the supply, and we'll because that's the extreme. We'll set your position up. Hopefully the doorbell don't go because it's one of the Halloween nights. Right. So you go for the low again, which is a 15R. Let's see if it taps in. Is it going to tap us in? It's travelled quite far now, but I don't think it's going to tap us in, unfortunately. Speed it up a bit. And I don't think, no, right, that's going to be there to a current price. So yeah, unfortunately that didn't tap into the extreme. So we've missed out on that, which is absolutely fine. It's still going. And current price, yeah, current price is about here. So for those of you watching, and if you watch this before Monday, which will be the 31st of October, personally, I'd still be looking at an entry here, because this is an unmitigated area, supply area. Even this candle, if you look, zoom in here, even this candle has barely penetrated it. So I would be actually looking at that area for a sell on Monday, to be honest with you. It might not, but it is what it is. The market will do whatever it wants. Yeah, let's have a look if we could have got any other entries on the 1 minute. So the 1 minute, we've got a lower low, lower high, slightly lower low, and that is a body break, slightly lower high, lower low, and then a lower high, a lower low. There is one place you can enter, which is, in fact, I didn't, yeah, you got that one as well there, so let's get rid of that. So this high created this low, this high put this low in. So get your measurement tool. I mean, obviously we can see it now because it's played forward, but for future you know kind of what to aim for. 75% area, perfect. And then you draw your supply area across. It might look messy. Hopefully it looks good enough to follow, guys. Right, and then obviously with the 1 minute, unless you've got the seconds and you want to get really fine entries, set your. You could cover that just in case it takes that imbalance out, because there is imbalance here, and it could quite possibly take that out. But what you find might later on, it might take these two lines as a bit of liquidity, and it might tap into this area. So Monday, I imagine, will either be this zone or this zone. But you can look for a lower timed confirmation, or you can just put a 0.5% sell limit on them both. So, and then with this being the trend, you can either go for that low, or you know that we're in a downtrend, so you can go for the 15-minute low. So, and as you can see, it's retracing. So you would have actually, as soon as that broke the low there, you would have made it break even anyway. So if it does retrace, yeah, it would have took you out break even. So, which is unfortunate, and how close it is. but you do get trades like that. So this one is break even. So we'll jot that on. So when it loads up. But yeah, if you to be fair, as soon as it broke the next low, which was that one with the body, you would tuck it behind there, so you would have actually got some off there. So you would have got, you took it just behind there, the high that created the new low, which is that, because this one, as you can see, this is a wick, so that's a sweep area. It's not a body break, so that's a 2.3. So that's a 2.3 R, depending what your risk is. Right, so that's a 2.3 R there. Let's put it above so we don't get confused. All right, 2.3 R. This would have been a break even unless you make it safe on the 1 minute. Why is that not locked? You could make it, oh, come on. Right. You could make it safe on the 1 minute if you wanted, but for the sake of this one, we're classing that as a break even. Unfortunate, but it does happen. So all in all, let's zoom out so it's a bit, well, it will look messy, but cleaner in a way. Right, and that's the kind of the outer picture. So you've got a 9.5 R trade comfortably, and that was from, well, that was from Thursday midday to Friday midday actually. So within 24 hours you've got a 9.5 trade. Within that you've got one break even, and then you've got a 2.3 R just here, and we actually took a -1 R, as you can see in there. I wonder if it will let me drag it out. No, it won't, but yeah. So 9.5, take off your 1, you've got 8.5 R plus your 2.3, so you've got a 10.8 R within, what's that, so your first entry was there, and your second entry closed out there. So within 1 day and 6 hours, you've made a 10.5 R. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Any questions, let me know. Drop a comment on. If you could like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And if you drop me a follow at The Rule of 7 on Instagram, that'll be greatly appreciated as well. And until the next one, I will catch you all in a bit.